Good morning and welcome to the Quantum Leap Futures Morning Leap session for Thursday, September the 27th, 2018. My name is Doug McKay. I'm the founder of Quantum Leap Futures. Each morning we get together in these live go-to sessions to take a look at the market, macro to micro, take a look at the structure of the market, and then we drill down to our trade levels, our targets, and our hypotheses. Our hypotheses are our trade plans. We do not know what the market's going to do. Therefore, we create different trade plans, hypotheses, strategies, whatever you want to call it. Wait for the market to open up, and then we execute the plan that best suits the market. This is a subscription room. If you're interested in checking it out, send me an email at quantumleapfutures@gmail.com. There's no website, there's no blog, it's not a commercial venture. We do everything live here in the go-to, in the pre-market session, and then we do live trading and analysis during the course of the trading day. Please read through the disclaimer. Nobody at Quantum Leap is a certified trading advisor. We are retail traders operating within a self-organized learning environment. Past performance is not indicative of future results, and any trades that you see in Quantum Leap are for education purposes only. Please trade your own due diligence, your own trade plan, and your own risk metrics. Okay, so yesterday was Fed Day. Let's take a look at our trades. Our trade plans yesterday were in effect up until the 2 o'clock announcement. Then afterwards, we did not know which way the market was going to react. But our main hypothesis was an open auction in range, in value, a move down to close the naked VPOC and test the value area low, find buyers, and start grinding our way up and coming up into the 2930 to 2934 area before the news. We got up to the 30 area and we failed to break out, and we basically went sideways at the overnight VPOC at the 27.25. The news came out. They pushed it up into that 34, extended it up to the 36, got a FUBAR, Mr. Sneaky, tech gap, and then the market sold off down into the 27, went sideways, and then we had major selling and extension, and we went neutral extreme into the close, and went down and tested that support level down at the 29.09, extending down as low as the 0750 before closing at 1175. So we saw some weakness coming in, and we were looking for some repair work back up into the 16 area, and we got up into the overnight 16.25. We were looking for 1650, as I posted in the room yesterday, and right now we're trading at the 14 level. So taking a look at the news for the day, we just had a bunch of announcements, and the market really didn't react. We had GDP came out at 4.2 as expected. We had corporate profits come out a little less than expected. Continuing jobless claims came out at 1661. Core durable goods was a miss. Initial jobless claims was a miss as well, and then the good trade balance was a miss as well. So a lot of news didn't really move the market much. In 56 minutes, we've got Bloomberg consumer confidence, and then the next big one will be the 10 o'clock pending home sales, 10:30 natural gas, 11 o'clock KC Fed composite, and then we've got Kaplan speaking at 12:30, and then we've got Fed Powell speaking later on this afternoon. We've got a whole bunch of headline news. We've got the Kavanaugh stuff going on today. We've got the meeting between Trump and Rosenstein. So there's lots of headline risk today. So just be aware of what's going on the news, because we could get a move over front. We're getting the move up now. This could get rather bumpy today as we move forward and we get these unannounced news events. Taking a look at the macro, each morning I like to start my day with the same routine. I start and I look at the monthly, working my way down to the intraday. What I'm looking at, I was I've got a 9 EMA, a 20 SMA. I'm looking to see where we are in terms of the trend. Do we have good slope and separation? Is price paralleling the 9 nicely, or are we challenging the trend with the move to test the 9 or break the 9, or are we possibly getting a trend change by breaking the 9 and the 20? You can see beautiful upward trend, nowhere close to being violated on the monthly. Going to the weekly, same thing, good slope, good separation, price is paralleling the 9 nicely. They moved down to the 28.88 level, still wouldn't violate the trend on the weekly. Going to the daily, we are seeing some weakness coming in from yesterday, that neutral extreme down. We came down and tested that 09 key line of support, and we bounced off of there, and we're coming up and testing the 9 from below. Watch this 29.1775 area. If we get back above it, we could get a continuation pattern, but if we fail, come down and test this 9 again, we're likely to break through that 0750 and get a possible trend change and a move down to that 29.0175 area and possibly even into the 2800s. Going to the 4-hour, you can see that we have broken below. I don't know what's going on with my IRT or my computer, but every time I try to do something with my chart, I get these boxes popping up. We came down. We did have a FUBAR Mr. Sneaky on the 4-hour, and we're closing the technical gap now. Again, watch this 1775 area. If we get back above it, then we could get a move up into that 21 area again. Going to the 30-minute, you can see that we are looking like we're getting a possible basing pattern here, and we're back above the 9 and the 20, and possibly going to get a push through at 1775, and looking for a move back up into the 21 area. Taking a look at the structure of the market, we had this balance here. We came up and accepted value higher just before the breakout. We get the gap up. They go in, they put new all-time highs. The all-time highs are unequalized, with 47 being the Globex all-time high, 46.50 being the RTH high. Then we fail. We try to hold value in the 36 area. We fail. We come down. We base, okay, accept value, and then we move back up, and the sellers step back in at that 36 level. And what do? We broke the the 21 level. I said if we didn't hold the 21 level, we're likely to come down and test back into this 12. We did that. We pushed a little bit through. Didn't hold below the CLVN, and now we're working our way back up. The value area above is at 29.20, and if we get above that, looking for that 21, I'll show you why 21, and then 25.50, and then see if we can get above that and then make the next move up. Otherwise, if we fail to get back inside of value, we're likely to come back down to this this 12 area and not likely to hold, and we're likely to go down and break the low of the night at 750 and come down and test this 29.0175, 0150, and that's our next level we're looking to bounce off. But if we don't, a move down back into balance down to the 94.25 is most probable. So taking a look at the overnight inventory. Overnight inventory is pretty balanced. So we've got a wide distribution in the value, very blunt looking value area overnight. We just got a VPOC shift up into the 14, and on the news we're moving up, and we just made a new high, and we finally hit that 1650 we were talking about yesterday into the close, and see if they can get above the 1775 and look for the move up into. I'm not expecting inventory to balance out here because it's pretty balanced and there's a wide range, so I'm expecting some large rotations on the open. Taking a look at the levels overnight, our overnight high is 1675 we just put in. Now we could put in a higher overnight high. We have time to do that, and I'll make the adjustments. But right now, I've got to deal with the information I have at hand while I'm doing these. And we've got the overnight low down at 750. Off of the overnight low, our full session ATR is running at 2056. That's the 20 period full session daily average true range. So the 290750 plus the daily range of 290750 plus the 2056. Our upside daily ATR is up here at 28, and off of the 291675. Why is my calculator not working? 291675 minus the 2056 daily ATR. Our downside daily ATR is at 96 and a quarter. So just moved slightly up. Come on, stop it. Oh, I have to get a hold of IRT and get this problem resolved. Anyway, this is supposed to be at 96 and a quarter, and I can't click on it. There we go. All right. Our overnight VPOC just shifted to the 1450. And that's about all the information that we need. We've got this large LVN area right here. This is based on the news. This was not auctioned properly yesterday. I'm expecting large rotations inside of this LVN, okay, until we get back above the 20 and a quarter, and then I'm looking for that 21 area. That's where we saw a lot of volume going off the other day in the afternoon at that 21. In fact, our VPOC from 2 days ago was at that 21, and that's was acting as support. I'm now expecting it to act as resistance, and I'm looking for a move up into it, and then if we can get above it, back up into yesterday's VPOC in the upper distribution where we spent most of the day up in that 27 area. So in terms of hypotheses, because we had a neutral extreme down, we have some weakness coming up. So even though I still think it's kind of balanced, oh, come on. I can't even expand my chart. Finally. In terms of hypothesis, my main hypothesis is an open auction in range. Value doesn't mean much because it was neutral extreme yesterday, and we had no consensus of value because of it. So I'm looking for an open auction in the LVN area, and I'm looking to traverse this LVN in the initial balance. So within the first hour, I expect to trade within the 13 area, 12 area, up into the 20 area and chop here. But I'm looking for responsive sellers to step in the 21 area and come down, test this overnight low, and then push down into the 290175, 0150 area, and then fail and push down into the 2800s, dip into the 2800s, and then base and start working our way back and close somewhere between the 2905 and 2915 area in this lower distribution. That is hypo 1. Hypo 2, which has just as equally weighted possibility, is open auction in the LVN, traverse the LVN, but finding buyers, holding the overnight low, and then working our way up and traversing into the upper distribution from yesterday and coming up and targeting this 2927 20.25, and then going sideways as we accept that value and around that 25.50 to 27 area, and then just basically close going sideways. That is hypo 2. Hypo 3 is a continuation of the overall trend. Open auction in range. Buyers take control early. We leave the overnight low alone, push up into the 27, and then get continuation and push up and come up into the 29.40 area, and then close up here higher in around this 33.50 for the leg up into the all-time highs and the equalization of that high. So that's hypo 3. Hypo 4 is a breakdown day, open test drive, failure to get above the 20.25, and then sellers stepping in, rotating us down. Come on. Rotating us down into the 2900, fail, push down, and come back down into this 28.94. That's where the balance that we broke out of the microcomposite VPOC is down here, and close down back in balance there. So there is a fifth alternative, and that is we spend the whole day, okay, between the 29.10 and the 29.20 area, a 10 to 12 point range, and just fill this LV in that we created on that liquidation break yesterday afternoon. Going over to gold. Gold is coming down. We broke that. We were talking about this balance and whether or not the leg was going to be up or down. Looks like the leg is going to be down. We're below the fractal low I was talking about at 92.70. We're coming down into the key support at the 89.40. We either bounce here or we break. And if we break, the initial targets are going to be this 11.84 and 11.78, but eventually I'm looking for us to come back down into the 11.55s. If we bounce off of here, then I'm looking for a rotation back up to test the 98, and if we can get in value, back up to the 1202 and back into the 1200s. But it looks like we're going to see this as a next leg down, coming down and testing this 1189 area, and if that doesn't hold, continuation down for the next leg as we break out of this consolidation balance area. That's going to complete my pre-market session. As always, trade well, trade safe, and we'll catch you on the flip side.